All right, guys, let's get into it. It's February 15th, 2022. Tax season has been going for a couple weeks now, and the biggest question that's going to be coming here over the next couple of weeks is where's my refund? So what I want to do is I want to start out by sharing my screen and going over a couple of quick items. So the first one is we need to utilize the irs.gov website. There's so much information here that we can use. So right here on the main page, and you can click on this get your refund status. What you're going to do is you're going to come in and I highly recommend using your mobile device. If you can have an iPhone, that you can just download the IRS to go app, put that on your phone. It's a lot easier than having to log into their website constantly. So what you're going to need is your social security number or ITIN, your filing status. And so I'm going to show you where to get these so that you know exactly what to enter, and then your exact refund amount, okay? And then you'll click the blue button here. And this is very important. So the US government system is for authorized use only. So you're not supposed to go in and use this for other people. It's just for yourself. So right here's your social, your filing status, and then your refund amount. So where do you find that information that you enter in? I see a lot of people that struggle with this. And so what I've done is I'm going to just pull up a sample tax return here that we can look at and go over. So where are you going to find your social? So your social is right here in the upper right-hand corner. And you're just going to type in the social. And I usually use the first person listed on the tax return is where I'm going to put in on that irs.gov. Then right up here on top is your filing status. So a lot of times I have people that they get confused with head of household versus married filing separate or single. So you want to just make sure you come to the top of your form, see what your filing status is if someone else prepared your tax return, and then whichever box is checked, this is what you're going to put into the software. So a lot of times I think people think that they're doing a head of household when really they're doing a married filing joint or they're doing a single tax return. So you put in your filing status, your social, and then a lot of times people will go and they will pay for their refunds or their tax preparation out of their refunds. And so those usually have different amounts, but what you're going to want to do is look to down here, this line 35, and the amount of line 34 you want refunded to you right here. So whatever that refund is on this line right here, that'll be the amount of the refund you put in. So a lot of times you're looking at your net payment that you get if you have your tax preparation fees withheld out of your refund. So those amounts are different. It gets a little bit confusing. So if you just go right to the form and you type in the exact number that you have on your refund, and then your social security, and then your filing status, you're going to be good to go. So a lot of times people get that confused. So I just want to make sure people understand that portion. Now, the part that's causing a lot of delays is if you're a paper filer, number one, and you fill out the forms, you paper mail them in, the IRS is behind still. I want to say last I heard is 20 million files from last year that they're still working through. So still a lot of work, a lot of backlog at the IRS. And so just know that if you file a paper tax return, your refund's going to take a lot longer to process. So I highly don't recommend doing the paper filing anymore. I know there's still people out there that are worried about the security of their information, but you know, as far as the IRS, they like to see an e-file tax return. It's easier on their end to process versus mailing it in. I feel like you have more errors now. You mail it in an envelope. The people at the IRS have to get your W-2s and they have to enter in the data. So another person typing in numbers to me just gives more room for error. So the next things that are causing delays, I'm just going to pump up my form so you guys can see here. I have to minimize a little bit now. But the biggest issues that we have going into this year is, and I want to go over, so where this says EIC, a lot of times when you're doing research, you see EIC abbreviations, but it's good to know what EIC means. So EIC means your earned income credit. So sometimes you'll see EITC, EIC, so earned income tax credit. And this line right here is going to show the amount of the earned income tax credit that you would qualify for. So this credit is generally for lower income and you're having children. We'll fill out this box right here. But if you watch my earlier videos, there's more and more people that are qualifying for this EIC this year, especially those that are 19 and entering the workforce. You don't have to be older than 60 anymore to get this credit. So you now qualify for this credit dependent on your income, dependent on your age, and dependent on the children that you have. And so this is a very audited part of the tax return. The reason why is because it's a refundable credit. And so it usually bumps up people's refunds, which isn't a bad thing. It helps those that need a little bit of income for that year. It kind of helps them with making a little bit extra to help them get through the year. So I've seen this come in many situations where income gets cut, like we've seen during the coronavirus, that people's income gets cut, but then they qualify for this earned income tax credit, which bumps up their refunds and usually makes them a little bit happy, give them that extra money that they need to get through the year. All right, the next one that we're going to look at is right here, your refundable child tax credit or your additional child tax credit. And this is where we're looking at Schedule 8812. I have a video on this, just kind of breaking down, showing you how the 8812 form works. So if you want to catch that video, maybe I'll drop it in the link as well. So the 8812 form, this is coming from the letter 6419 that the IRS issued this year. And what we want to do is make sure that we're tying into the amount that is on the letter 6419. If there's mismatching or discrepancies, that's what's going to hold up your tax refund. So I'm just saying, hey, there's going to be a little red flag because these are going to have to go through a department at the IRS to see why there's a discrepancy, why it's not matching up. So what I've been having my clients do, and this is really helping to make this get exact information, is going back to your bank statements, printing out your bank statements from July through December, and actually looking at the amount of the advanced child tax credit that went into your bank account. There are some of us that got it for the first month and then we elected out after that. And so we want to make sure that we tie it exactly into the amount that was previously given to us through the advanced child tax credit. So if you need help, watch the 8812 video that I did, and this refundable child tax credit, hopefully everything goes smooth on your guys' end, but these are the ones that are going to hold things up. The next one is the recovery rebate credit. This is also known as your STIMI, or your third stimulus payment that we received in 2021. Now, these started to get issued out in March of 2021, depending on your situation and how soon you got it. But those that didn't receive it, or you had a child in 2021 that you haven't been paid out, this is where you're going to claim the remaining recovery rebate credit. It's worth $1,400 for your family or yourself. And so we want to make sure that we're tying into these amounts to make sure that you're getting everything back that you're entitled to. It's just kind of a weird name, recovery rebate credit, but just know this is your stimulus payment. The third one, it was $1,400. So if you guys had your tax returns prepared by someone else, go to your 1040. So it's just your form 1040, and then you drop down to page 2. And these are the line items that you're going to see. So you have your earned income tax credit, line 27A, your refundable child tax credit and your child tax credit, line 28 and line 30, recovery rebate credit. So go ahead and look at those. And then you'll also want to make sure you're looking at your refund, because that's the main goal, is to see when my money's going to be hitting my bank account. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. I know that there's a lot of stress and a lot of worry about getting those refunds. Sorry, it's tax season, my phone's blowing up. But if you guys have any additional questions, please ask them in the comments below. I really want to help you guys figure out what's going on with your tax situations, what's going to help you get your money the fastest. So the biggest thing to do is to file an accurate tax return if you haven't yet. Make sure that your earned income tax credit and your refundable tax credits and your recovery rebate credits are tied in exactly to where they need to be. All right, guys, I hope this video helps out. My phone's blowing up, so I gotta get off the video. You can see how busy I am this time of year. So I will catch you guys later on the next video, and hopefully all goes well with getting your refunds.